Hey guys, welcome to TwoSplit. Next gen is right around the corner. Maybe 1 month or two, we all start pre-ordering and the madness begins. The question is it gonna be cheaper like the word out there says because of all the hints we've been getting, especially with the release of the Xbox Series S? Or is it just still the same or maybe even more expensive for some people? Let me break that down, let me unpack that a little bit. We saw the release of the Xbox Series S, right? Small, nice, 60% smaller than the Xbox Series X, and it comes in at $299. Fantastic price. $299, that's $300 for a next-gen console that gives you 12 teraflops of power. But is it cheap though? That depends on who you are. So on one hand, if you live somewhere where internet access is everywhere, right? Then maybe the digital console is where you're gonna lean towards. But if you live where I live, Nigeria, or in certain parts of the world where internet access is not so accessible, you might want to fork out that extra $200 to get the Series X. And here's why. That optical drive that's missing from the digital means you're gonna rely on internet access to update, download, get new games every single time you want to try a new title. And keep in mind that that console is just 512 gigs. Which really, if you're a gamer, you know that about 5-6 games in of a AAA, you're gonna have to get some more space. Find a space at the back to buy expanded storage, but at some point you're gonna start buying storage up to the point where you're pretty much should have paid for the Xbox Series X. An optical drive also gives you the advantage of getting games from friends of yours in your gaming circle, where people buy different games and you guys can always trade them across, and that gives you more options for games. So think about that. And on the other hand, if you're saying, oh, but there's Xbox Game Pass, again, you'd have to be able to have internet access and also be able to afford the subscription charges month on month. And by the time you get to 3 months at $35, give or take, you have covered the cost of the optical drive. Again, that's assuming you have friends and you're not a hermit and you live on a mountain somewhere and you have the best internet in the world, then by all means, buy the $300 console. So think about it. Depending on who you are and your access to internet and what type of games you play and the people you know, are you into trade-ins, an optical drive still makes sense for a lot of people, depending on where you live and who you are. For the argument has been put up online somewhere around laptops not needing optical drives. And I agree, laptops don't need optical drives because you can do everything via third-party ports, USB, Thunderbolt. They will install games, they will take data in and out. But you can only take data in and out on a console via USB and all the ports. You can't install games yet via USB except you install them on a drive. It was already formatted for that system. Again, cost adding on to the drive. So you might not want to just jump in head first and go with the cheaper option without analyzing who you are and what category you sit in. A, I can afford monthly subscriptions. B, I have great internet access. C, I don't, there's only so much games I need to play at a certain time and store my system all at once depending on the space I need. The 4K is not the difference, right? Xbox Series X does 4K gaming. Xbox Series S does 1080p and 1440, I believe, right? That's 2K. If you're a real gamer, if you've been in Apex and you're running after people and shooting and jumping off, I doubt you're looking at the background to see just how nice the sky looks. No, you're really more worried about refresh rate and what you're doing. So, except you're playing an adventure game where you really want to appreciate graphics, and a lot of us don't see very well to pixel peep between 2K and 4K. But the experience of the game, in my opinion, outweighs pixel peeping and determining, is my 4K game better than your 2K Call of Duty? No. Is my accuracy great? That's important. Is my reaction time great? That's important. But visuals, I don't think the 4K is where the cost difference is. It's not what's really making the difference in making that leap from one console to the other. Yeah, so keep that in mind on if you're making your choice for next console. The worry isn't about, in fact, I would prioritize if I'd be able to get a console over which one I want to get. But keep in mind who you are determines what you should buy, and then don't just make a choice because it's cheaper, okay? Thanks for watching, guys. I will see you in the next one. Hopefully, Sony probably would have sent me a console by then. Sony, hint, hint, and then we'll take it from there. Don't forget to subscribe. Take care, guys.